I was born in Jakarta, Indonesia, from 100% authentic Chinese parents.
I am Filipino, so my family immigrated, most of my family immigrated in the late 60s, early 70s.
I was born and raised in Korea, and then I immigrated to the United States when I was 16.
Both my parents are from Thailand.
I grew up in India.
I am Chinese American.
Filipino American.
The most proud heritage that I have from my Korean culture is resilience. 1950, Korea just went through the Korean Civil War, and they were on for 3 years. However, Korea is completely destroyed from that war, and Korea was one of the first country after the Korean Civil War. But now they're the 13th wealthiest country in the world because the Koreans' resilience, right? Because they were so diligent, they had a goal to become have better life.
I'm most proud of our rich cultural history. I love our traditions and holidays, and obviously the food.
One of the universal part about Indian culture is this concept or philosophy around guests, and guests in your home should be revered or are almost equal to God themselves. And I've always found that beautiful. It's a beautiful part of our culture.
For me, the Heritage Month reminds me of where I came from, right? The journey and the struggles and sacrifices that my parents actually had to take in order for me to have a chance to fight for American dream here.
It's really important to me. I think it's, especially with everything that's been going on, more, just lately in the news with a lot of the kind of anti-Asian sentiment that's out there. What I love about AAPI Heritage Month, I think it gives this really large group of people an opportunity to really tell their stories, hopefully in a way that resonates with all Americans, because these are all American stories.
I think my Chinese American upbringing has really instilled a strong work ethic in me, and I feel like that falls in line with a lot of the values at Medline.
I think in general it's a privilege to be able to work. So I think especially for Filipinos that struggle to find work in the Philippines, even more so of a privilege to work, and they really own their jobs. Sometimes they tell us not to take things personally when you're working, but I think there's also benefit to that. If you really own what you're working, what you do for work, it shows. And hard work, good work, I think is how my heritage has influenced what I do and how I do it.
So my heritage, my culture is really based on family orientation and the community. So a lot of the times it's about, how do we bring each other together and how do we move each other forward?
We're now a very large company with drawing talent from all sorts of life, all different parts of the community. And I think it's important for us because we don't get to see each other in person very often, at least I don't. I'm still, working from home and have been for over a year. I think this is just a great way for us to share sort of the Medline family story so that, colleagues from all across the country or all across the world can sort of get a glimpse into what makes our company a good one, and that we're drawing really diverse talent that all builds into the success of the company.
It's a pretty fundamental idea that if people are able to show up to work as their full selves and not hide any, part of them, or not, compromise any part of their background or history, they're able to bring, more energy and more of themselves to the work that they do, and that fundamental idea is so important, and I think is recognized by Medline, and I think it's important to continue to do that. Just make folks believe that no matter where they come from, they belong at our company.